Good morning. Today I'm talking to you about teaching the whole child and pedagogies and different learning styles, and focusing on Aboriginal pedagogies, as this is very important to me, as I am a proud Aboriginal woman myself, and that is why I've chosen to focus on Aboriginal pedagogies for this video presentation. Aboriginal pedagogies are very different to Western pedagogies. Pedagogies is the way that we learn and our different learning styles. Aboriginal pedagogies are very hands-on learning, and they like to do it themselves. We also use role models a lot, as that is the way we learn in our culture, and we have a holistic approach, and also oral instructions is the way that we've first learnt. With Western learning styles or pedagogies, they like to think linear. They like to have exact names, places and times recorded. Teaching is done by teachers in an educational institution, and they're very separate from social practices. They keep the classroom to the social outside very different, and two different topics. According to Hokari, Indigenous pedagogies take a holistic approach. They do not worry about exact times, names and places, and also all community members are involved in the teaching and learning, just as it was in traditional times. There is no separation between school and everyday social practices. The benefit of the classroom for using Aboriginal pedagogy is that you implement Aboriginal culture appropriately across the curriculums, so all students benefit from this. They're exposed to Aboriginal culture, and also the Aboriginal students can develop a pride in themselves and their culture as they see their Aboriginality respected. To know our students helps them build their own importance and helps them trust us and develop a better communication with us. Accepting also the way children talk and not correcting them from their home language at home, such as Aboriginal language, can build even a better rapport with our students. To help our students in a holistic way, we need to have familiar routines so the students get to know them. We need to be able to integrate social studies with the language in the KLAs. Rather than just focusing on phonic approach, we need to use the whole language approach and make lessons relevant to our students. Our concrete learners, we need to model rather than just explain. We need to be able to demonstrate what they need to do. By the use of different multimedia resources, this can help them too, because they can see this hands-on and makes it more relevant to them. By reflecting on what our students have learnt with them and going over their answers carefully, this helps them to grow and learn and build on their learning. By giving the feedback, our students can grow from that as well. We need to make sure that we have a secure, comfortable and relaxing environment for our students. It helps students when they're working in small groups, have peer tutoring, and there's not direct questioning. There's more indirect questioning. Also, it's good to introduce self-assessment. To help our Aboriginal students to develop that independence and learning, we can give them different assessments, give them the time that they require. This can be a self-paced learning. We can negotiate things with them. We can make sure our classroom is set up so that there is separate areas to do the group work and to have their quiet times and their learning. Group work is one thing that can really help our students recognise their own learning styles and can grow from other students with different learning styles. We must accept the fact that when our students are doing group work, this may mean more noise. They may need to go outside, that they can have different learning styles in different places. Assessments and evaluations are a very important thing. We may even be able to set up a folder that our students put their most important piece of work that they feel that they've achieved something into a folder as a self-assessment. This may be even a spelling test that they've only got 4 or 5 out of the 10 right, but they may have only been getting 1 or 2. So from this self-assessment, we can get our students to build pride in themselves. And the strategies that are important to use is to have a theme across the curriculum so that it links the KLAs together, to establish a familiar routine, to use a whole language approach, integrated KLAs, making sure you explain all the lessons and the directions, and have a set starting point. Use diagrams and charts, and even model where you can, and have a variety of different assessment tasks. Thank you for listening today.